Train your mouth to speak English fluently. Step-by-step method for real confidence. Part 1. Why English learners get stuck while speaking. Hello, friends. Have you ever felt stuck while speaking English? You know the right words, but when it is time to talk, your mind freezes, your tongue feels heavy, and nothing comes out. Do not worry, you are not alone. Millions of English learners around the world face this same challenge every single day. The truth is this: learning English grammar is one skill, but training your mouth to actually speak it fluently is a completely different skill. You can read, write, and memorize hundreds of words, but if your mouth and tongue are not used to English sounds, fluency will always feel like a dream. Think about when you first learned to ride a bicycle. You did not become good by reading about balance. You became good by practicing with your body, falling, adjusting, and trying again. Speaking English is the same. You must train your body, especially your mouth, to move naturally in English. So remember this: you are not bad at speaking English. You are simply untrained. Once you train your mouth correctly, fluency starts to grow naturally, step by step. And the good news is, you can start today by learning one of the most powerful ways to practice, using graded readers. But before we talk about that, let's understand how mouth training really works. Part 2. Understanding mouth training. Fluency is not about knowing many words. It is about using the words you already know with ease. Imagine you know the word opportunity. You can spell it and understand it perfectly, but when you try to say it out loud, your tongue struggles. That happens because your mouth is not trained yet to move in English patterns. Every language uses different muscles of the mouth. If English is not your first language, your lips, tongue, and even breathing patterns are still shaped by your native language. So when you try to speak English, your mouth resists and wants to move the old way. That is why you may understand English easily when listening, but speaking feels slow or unnatural. Here's the secret: your mouth is like a muscle, and muscles can be trained. If an athlete wants to run faster, they train their legs every day. If a singer wants to sing better, they train their voice every day. In the same way, if you want to speak English fluently, you must train your mouth every day. You can think of this as your English mouth workout. Read a few short sentences aloud every morning. Move your lips fully. Stretch your tongue. Exaggerate the sounds. You are not being silly. You are training. For example, take this short line: "Today is a great day to practice English." Say it slowly. Then say it faster. Then say it with more energy. That is how fluency begins. Fluency is not about speaking fast. It is about speaking clearly and confidently. Once your mouth feels comfortable, your brain will follow automatically.
Part 3. Using graded readers to unlock fluency. Now let's talk about graded readers. Maybe you've heard of them, or maybe this is new for you. Graded readers are books written especially for English learners at different levels, from beginner to advanced. They use simple, clear sentences and interesting stories that help you grow step by step. The word graded means the books are divided by level. As your English improves, the books slowly become more challenging. But the real power of graded readers comes when you read them aloud. When you do that, your mouth learns the rhythm, sound, and structure of English naturally, without stress. It is like language training made fun. When you read aloud, you are not just reading words, you are training your mouth for fluency. You start remembering vocabulary, correct word order, and pronunciation through repetition. Here's a simple 4-step plan to use graded readers effectively. Step 1. Choose the right level. If you understand about 90% of the words, it's perfect. You should feel challenged but not confused. Step 2. Read aloud slowly. Focus on clear pronunciation, not speed. Say each sound with care. Step 3. Repeat sentences 2 or 3 times. Each time you repeat, notice how your tongue and mouth move. Step 4. Retell the story in your own words. This step is powerful. Close the book and try to explain the story like you are telling it to a friend. Do not worry about grammar, just speak. This simple method, read, repeat, retell, can change your English completely if you do it every day. Why does this method work? Because your brain builds muscle memory through repetition. Every time you say a sentence correctly, your mouth learns the pattern. The next time, it happens automatically. That is how native speakers sound fluent. They have repeated those patterns thousands of times without thinking, and you can too. Let me share a short story. Maria, a learner from Mexico, could read English easily but found speaking difficult. She started reading one graded reader aloud every morning for 15 minutes. After 3 months, her confidence grew completely. She said, "Now, when I speak English, just flows out. I do not even have to think." That is the power of daily mouth training. Part 4. Daily routine for speaking confidence. Now, let's put everything together. Here's a simple daily plan you can follow. I call it the 15-minute fluency routine. Start with a 5-minute warm-up. Read a short passage from a graded reader aloud. Move your mouth with energy. Open your lips. Stretch your jaw. Exaggerate the sounds. You're waking up your speaking muscles. Try this warm-up line. Every day, my English gets better and better. Repeat it 3 times, louder each time. Next, use the shadowing technique. Play an audiobook or a video in English and speak at the same time as the speaker. Don't stop, even if you make mistakes. You are training your rhythm and pronunciation together. At first, it feels hard, but after a few days, you will start matching their speed naturally. Then do a short phrase repetition drill. Pick 5 useful phrases every day, such as, "How are you today?" "Can you help me, please?" "That sounds great," or "I don't understand yet, but I'm learning." Repeat each phrase 10 times, first slowly, then faster, then with emotion. This teaches your mouth to speak English automatically. After that, practice retelling. Once you finish reading one chapter, close the book and tell the story again in your own words. Even if you make mistakes, keep going. The goal is to build flow, not perfection. Imagine you are talking to a friend and describing what happened. Finally, record yourself once a week. Read a short passage aloud and then listen to it. Notice how your pronunciation, speed, and confidence improve. You will be surprised at how far you come after a few weeks. Remember, progress is invisible day by day, but huge after a few months. Here are a few small but powerful habits that can make a big difference. Set small goals instead of big ones. For example, say to yourself, "I will finish one graded reader this month." Small goals build confidence. Use your environment to learn. Label common objects around your home and say their names out loud every day. Don't be afraid of mistakes. Fluency is not about being perfect. It's about having the courage to keep speaking. Celebrate your progress. After finishing each book or week of practice, reward yourself. Mix listening and speaking together. Listen to short English clips while cooking or walking, then repeat what you hear aloud. Fluency grows from daily action, not from one big effort. Train your mouth for just 15 minutes a day, and you will see real change in 3 to 6 months. Now you understand that fluency is not just what's inside your head, it's what comes out of your mouth. If you only study grammar and vocabulary, your knowledge stays silent. But when you train your mouth every day with graded readers, shadowing, and repetition, you unlock your natural English voice. Imagine 6 months from now. You open your mouth and English flows easily. There is no fear and no freezing, just clear, confident speech. That future is waiting for you. Start today. One book, one sentence, one day at a time. If this video helped you, share it with a friend who also wants to speak English fluently, and subscribe for more lessons like this. Remember, you are not just learning English, you are becoming an English speaker. Keep smiling, keep speaking, and keep growing. Your journey to fluency starts today.